Good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World tonight. It is formal now that General Prawit Wongsuwan has been appointed as the leader of Palang Pracharat ruling party. He was voted with no one has denied that he would have to be the leader with the mark 516 to 0. What's the implication of his leadership for PPRP and what's his priority? คุณเทพชัยยอง and คุณนัทบุญนาค talk to Dr. Jade Thonavanik, scholar from Faculty of Law from College of Asian Scholars.
To start off, I think very simple question. Why do you think it was so necessary for Palang Pracharat to bring in General Prawit Wongsuwan? What does he have that others don't?
I mean, as an overall figure, I have to be straightforward. I don't see anything in General Prawit that no one else has, and I'm not so sure why would Palang Pracharat or any other organization in this country will have to buy into a one person like General Prawit. Okay. But what they believe, or what many people believe, I think, is the network and the built-up relationship that General Prawit has in hand. Okay. For example, from the days that I heard people were mentioning that he was a colonel, he had his networking as well as his relationship being built up ever since those days that he was a colonel. So you can see, he was a colonel like long time ago, right? Until he's a general, and after he was a general, then he also joined in the political arena with the Democrat in the opposite coalition. Okay. So he had long been in this realm, and when General Prawit comes in, I think people believe that he will be able to strike the balance between all the factions and as well as the balance of the political benefits. People said that when he comes into the party, then all the problems will be, if not eliminated, ease out. Okay. But also some speculators also foresee that it's not the ending of the problems, but it's the starting point of more problems. Okay. Is General Prawit trusted politically? Is he a strong figure that will be able to uphold the situation of the Palang Pracharat? Third, will there be a clash between people who support General Prawit and people who support General Prayut? Fourth, will this situation that General Prawit take over the Palang Pracharat party affect the way in which people feel that General Prayut didn't really have anything to do with Palang Pracharat deeply? So if all these turn out to be negative, then the problem will come back to General Prayut.
My reading is that one of the biggest strengths of General Prawit is his close relationship with General Prayut. So that's, and now I think with General Prawit now in charge of the party, General Prayut, the Prime Minister, now has direct line to the party.
Yes.
Right.
I think General Prayut had the direct link to the party for long. General Prawit also had the direct link. However, it's a direct link through someone. Now it has to be them who will have to take on all the movement as well as all the aspects of maneuvering a party. Because at this point, they can't only sail the boat, but they have to maneuver the boat. They have to be more strategic.
That's right.
Because, well, within 2-3 years time, there will be an election, a general election coming. How will they be dealing with this situation? How will they be dealing with the money, which is a large amount of money? Okay. And the next round of the debate, non-confidence debate, is coming. And I think it will come every single year. They will not let him manage the government finely and peacefully.
And with the recent NIDA poll, were you surprised with the results? Because most of the respondents actually said they think there is no one that is qualified to become the next prime minister. And when they're asked which party they're after, they're not supporting any party. Are these results surprising to you?
No, because you
But
see,
would the issue of General Pravit and Palang Pracharat be a factor
yeah.
in the people's mind when they answer this question?
Well, I think it's odd and it's bizarre that people aim for General Prayut to be the prime minister, but not Palang Pracharat to be the party. So, in terms of political parties, okay, they don't want any party. But in terms of a person, a figure to be the prime minister, still, General Prayut is very strong. That's why I was saying that if General Prayut is upholding the situation in Palang Pracharat, as well as being able to support strongly on General Prayut's stance of being the leader of the government, and to actually lead General Prayut to another round of being the prime minister, then that will be very good for them all. I'm not sure very good for the country or not, but very good for them all. Okay? But if not, if it becomes a situation in which there are two towers, people might be running to General Prayut. Those are the one group. The other group, these people will be running to General Prayut. So now it's the two towers. Who are actually the power? And who will have the last say? That will be a situation in which will not be helpful and will not be fruitful for General Prayut. And this will be the situation in which the Palang Pracharat will not be supportive to General Prayut's coalition, will not be good for this administration. But if it turns around that everything goes General Prayut's way, General Prayut is able to control or is able to gear the Palang Pracharat left and right, as well as bring Palang Pracharat into the core of the administration of the coalition, and is able to also bring Prachatipat, Democrat, Phum Chai Thai, and any other parties to move the same way, then that will be very nice for General Prayut, if ever.
Yeah. So between General Pravit and General Prayut, who do you think is more powerful now?
Well, I think General Prayut was more powerful from the beginning and up to now. But I think General Prayut is more trustworthy and more popular. So it's a question of whether you will take power, which might be the real guts, the real bricks and mortar to keep this government, okay? Or you will want popularity and trustworthiness from the people.
Okay. Our last question. Despite his connections that you just mentioned, the network of connections that he has, do you think it would be an easy task for him to try to manage things in the party? Because you know from history, I mean, the Thai politicians, they are not easy lot to deal with.
Yeah. I don't think so, because when you were behind the curtain, you can push things away from you. Or I have to ask people, I have to ask Uttama, I have to ask Suwit, but now you don't have to ask anyone because you are the decision makers. So everyone will ask from you, and you see political benefits. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be coming around him.
Yeah.
So he will have to deal with it one way or another.
That's a big task for him, definitely.
It's a big task for him. Maybe he's confident that he can do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was doing this for the whole time being. Yeah.
Or maybe there might have been some kind of initial agreement before he decided to
Yes,
to
that's
take
right.
the
That's right.
leadership,
That's right. Might be someone who will have to deal with all these issues for him. So therefore, he can take on the leadership of the political party.
That's mission impossible of General Pravit Wongsuwan, the view from Dr. Jet Thonavanik. And that's all from Thai PBS World tonight. Thank you very much for watching.